Hey there, I'm Andy Lazo, a 25-year-old beginner surfer with aspirations of becoming an intermediate rider someday. If you'd asked me as a kid if I'd be putting on a wetsuit and preparing to catch waves today, my answer would likely have been no. You see, I've always had a deep love for the ocean and its captivating environment. But ironically, I used to fear the water. The idea of drowning haunted my thoughts, making me hesitant to embrace the ocean. Fast forward to 2017, when I was 18 years old, and here's a picture of me embarking on my love affair with the sport. Unfortunately, being a broke college student, I couldn't afford surf gear, which meant my surfing adventures were far from consistent. It wasn't until 2022 that I got serious about surfing, completely unaware that one of the most significant challenges of my life was about to unfold. When you search for surfing on platforms like YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter, you'll find surfers gracefully riding barrels, executing stunning cutbacks, and showcasing the sheer beauty of the sport. It's mesmerizing and inspirational, no doubt. I remember watching these videos as a teenager and thinking, I want to be like those guys. They seem healthy, live an amazing lifestyle, and are practically living works of art. However, what I didn't realize at the time were the numerous challenges and hardships that come with beginner surfing. In this video, I want to shed light on the truth about beginner surfing, based on my personal experiences. When I returned to surfing in 2022, I was out of shape. The pandemic had taken its toll on my fitness, making my surfing endeavors even more challenging. My lack of core strength threw off my balance, and popping up on the board seemed like an impossible feat. Paddling was a struggle, and maintaining the banana-shaped posture that experienced surfers often talk about. Forget about it. But it wasn't just the physical hurdles that tripped me up. Mentally, it was a battlefield. My childhood fear of drowning, which I had thought I'd overcome, resurfaced. The idea of paddling out into the open water and seeing waves coming at me was unnerving. Anxiety became my constant companion. For a significant stretch, I stuck to catching whitewater, and it took me a long time to muster the courage to paddle out beyond the break. Even then, catching waves was a daunting task. I wiped out frequently, sometimes feeling like I was being held down by the waves. The waves I was tackling weren't particularly big, but that didn't stop my discouragement from growing. What made things even more challenging was the pressure of watching others effortlessly ride waves. I kept comparing myself to them, forgetting that everyone progresses at their own pace. These struggles, both physical and mental, are what I consider the dark side of surfing. At this point, I faced a choice. I could pack up my board and never return, or I could summon the courage to confront my fears and challenges. I reminded myself of how exhilarating it felt to catch even the smallest whitewater waves. I could only imagine what it must feel like to ride an unbroken wave. So, I decided to persevere. I started training like a surfer in the gym, focusing on stretching and breath control. This boosted my confidence. My paddling became stronger, my balance improved, and I made significant progress with my pop-up technique. I came to terms with the fact that wipeouts were part of the journey, and I had to embrace the inevitable hold-your-breath moments. Then, it happened. I caught my first non-broken wave, a ride that lasted only 5 to 10 seconds. But let me tell you, those few seconds were worth every ounce of effort and struggle. It was a magical feeling, and I craved more of it. This newfound hunger for improvement, the thrill of progress, and the desire to build my confidence for bigger waves now drive my journey in surfing. One of the remarkable aspects of my journey into surfing has been the profound improvement in my physical fitness. Before I ventured into the world of waves, I was a powerlifter. While it was enjoyable in its own right, I often felt stiff and had low stamina. However, since I've embraced surfing, my physical condition has taken a significant leap. My strength, relative to my own body weight, has grown substantially, making the challenging task of popping up on the board feel a lot more manageable. The number of pull-ups I can perform went up, and I can effortlessly support my own weight. My endurance levels have skyrocketed, allowing me to paddle without fatigue setting in too quickly. I've also noticed a remarkable improvement in my balance and core strength. What I've come to truly appreciate is the increased mobility of my body. It moves more freely now, and the chronic back pain I used to experience is a distant memory. I can't stress enough the importance of incorporating regular stretching and mobility training into your routine, particularly for loosening up those crucial hip muscles, which play a significant role in the surfing experience. Another profound benefit of surfing is the deep connection it fosters with nature. It's an escape from the daily stresses of life, and for someone like me, who sometimes struggles to build connections with people, forging a bond with the natural world has been effortless. Surfing reveals a shared understanding among surfers. Many are there to escape the burdens, the hardships, and the negatives that life throws their way. It's about enjoying the sport, immersing yourself in the ocean's embrace, and forming that unique connection with the world around you. These, my friends, are the many pros of surfing. As with any pursuit, beginner surfing comes with its fair share of challenges. These challenges, however, should not discourage you. They should be seen as stepping stones to self-improvement. The first challenge that may test your patience is the weather and conditions. Surfing requires constant monitoring of conditions. It can be frustrating, searching for the perfect day when the waves align with your skill level. As a beginner, you definitely don't want to paddle out on a big day when only experienced surfers dominate the lineup. Safety, both yours and that of others, is paramount. But you also don't want to venture out on a day where it's flat, with no waves to catch. And here's the catch: surfing conditions are often unpredictable. Each time you hit the water, it's a unique experience, different from the last. Then comes the matter of equipment and expenses. Surfing can be a costly affair. Be prepared to invest your hard-earned money into the sport. Surfboards, wetsuits, leashes, fins, and more. These items don't come cheap. I, for instance, own 2 wetsuits that have cost me around $400 in total. I also have 2 boards, which set me back about $500, and a leash for $20. Don't forget the surf car rack at $50 and the surf poncho at $35. It's clear I've put quite a bit of money into my passion. Keep in mind that there are rental options for beginners who are wary of the initial financial commitment. Now, let's talk about safety and potential injuries. You see, just like any sport, there are risks. Your board could hit you, or you might collide with someone else. Depending on where you're surfing, there might be unforgiving reefs, rocks, or the ocean floor to contend with. Safety precautions, such as wearing a leash, are critical. Learn to fall safely to minimize the risk of injuries. And then there's the social aspect. While most surfers are friendly, you might encounter a few individuals with high egos who seem to believe they own the ocean simply because of their experience. It's best to ignore such negativity, but it's important to understand where they're coming from. As a beginner, you don't want to paddle into an area where only experienced surfers are riding waves beyond your skill level. It's unsafe for you and for them. Learning surf etiquette is a must. One common rule is to avoid dropping in on others, a dangerous act that can ruin someone else's ride. If it does happen, always apologize and inform them that you're a beginner. It's a matter of respect for both the etiquette and the ocean. Lastly, be prepared to wipe out, get held underwater, and contend with the ocean's power. Many people don't often see this brutal side of surfing, but it's a reality for beginners. After all, you're dealing with Mother Nature herself, Always respect the ocean and take the time to learn about currents, channels, and reading waves. This knowledge, in addition to the physical and mental aspects, is a cornerstone of building confidence in the sport. Remember, these cons are part and parcel of the surfing experience. Embrace them as challenges, not roadblocks, on your path to becoming a seasoned surfer. Surfing has had a profound impact on my life, touching me in ways I never imagined. Like many, I turned to fitness as a means to deal with the pain life had thrown my way. I've experienced the loss of dear people, and often I'm the one who pushed them away due to my social awkwardness and inability to handle tough situations with people. One of the most significant setbacks I faced was in 2021, when I lost someone I deeply cared for, all due to my own foolishness. She was my favorite person to talk to. I'd allowed self-pity and arrogance to take over, sending me into a deep sadness. In those dark moments, surfing emerged as my savior. It became not just a way to cope with pain, but a source of profound personal growth. Surfing humbled me in ways I could never have imagined. It taught me the importance of staying calm, both in the water and in life. When you're caught in a set or held underwater by the ocean's power, keeping your emotions in check is vital. Just as in life, you need to control your emotions and remain calm when things take a turn for the worse. It's a lesson that requires tremendous mental strength. Through the challenges I faced in the water, much of my arrogance disappeared. Surfing has instilled a newfound confidence in my life. It significantly reduced my anxiety, pushing me beyond my comfort zone and shaping my character for the better. My lifestyle today is brimming with more joy. I've become more conscious of my diet and taken my gym training more seriously. I relish the outdoors and feel a profound connection with the ocean, making me more grateful for my life. Remember, everyone's journey is unique, but if you're a beginner surfer or considering taking up the sport, I hope my experience offers you some insights. My advice is to learn about the full spectrum of surfing, not just the positives. This knowledge will prepare you to approach the sport with patience, understanding that it will be challenging. However, the rewards are immeasurable and life-changing. In conclusion, what I've shared here today is based on my own experience with surfing, a journey that's been full of surprises. The challenges and frustrations are real, and there's no denying that there's a steep learning curve in this sport. Surfing, like any other pursuit, has its pros and cons. However, I urge you to view those cons as challenges, not roadblocks, because the benefits this sport can bring into your life have the potential to be truly transformative, as they've been for me. I'm still on my own learning path, with the goal of becoming an intermediate surfer firmly in my sights. Yes, there will be more challenges ahead, but I'm approaching them with a better mindset and better preparation. If you're a beginner surfer, I invite you to share your experiences and thoughts down below in the comments section. And if you're an experienced surfer, please do share your insights and advice with us beginners. Your guidance is invaluable. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, I kindly ask you to leave a like and consider subscribing for more content. I look forward to connecting with you all in the next video. For now, it's goodbye and see you soon.